Now then, people, what y'all doing? Again, it is the diary of a plumbing and heating engineer, and I'm joined with Adam, that side, from the Trade Hub app. Hi, Adam. How are you doing?
Yeah, really good, thanks. It's been a bit of a busy week, to be honest. I've only just got in, but...
Good stuff. Good stuff. So if you've never heard of Adam, you've never heard of the Trade Hub, basically, he's a plumbing and heating engineer like myself who has created this hub, and this whole... It's a separate company altogether, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Of how to help not only customers who only need a little job doing, but helps us working from home if we ever need to work from home and stuff like that. But Adam will go into more detail with that later in the show. But before we get started, can I ask everyone, please, if you've not subscribed, please do subscribe and hit that notification bell, because you will get a notification every time we go live. We're trying to do these live shows every 2 weeks. We'll have a different guest on every 2 weeks. And if you have got a guest that you would like to see and like to know more about, let us know in the comments or drop us a message and I'll do my best to get them on the show. And please also do smash that like button, because it does help the algorithm. So enough of me rambling on. Adam, where did it all begin, and how and why did you become a plumbing and heating engineer?
Well, it began with me basically going around to my neighbour's house and just asking for an apprenticeship, to be honest. I was doing A-levels at the time, and I just realised that they weren't really for me. I used to waste my time just sat in sort of subway. Sorry, my dog's just attacking me while I'm sat here. I'm going to move into the other room, I think. My neighbour, I just asked him, for an apprenticeship. Obviously, from there onwards, did the 4-year course sort of thing, and then set up self-employed pretty much straight away. I used to work on new build sites, which I did enjoy, to be honest, and I liked the setup. And then when COVID hit, went just fully self-employed and just got my own working from there.
Right. So how old were you when you started your apprenticeship then? So you say you were in your A-levels, doing your A-levels?
Yeah, AS it were at the time.
Right.
So I'd have been 17 when I started plumbing. So I got finished at 21, and then, like I said, just went self-employed straight away.
Right, quite similar to myself. And I went self-employed. I was in my last year of my apprenticeship, so pretty similar there. How did you find it going self-employed straight away? Did you was it a bit of a challenge, or did you feel like you didn't have the experience?
I think, to be honest, I had the experience in my apprenticeship. Like, my boss had always just let me sort of do whatever. And I got to a point where by the end of my apprenticeship, I was sort of fitting everything. And he'd just come at the end of the job and obviously just collect money. So it started to annoy me a little bit. Sorry, right. I've just got noises everywhere. So it started to annoy me a little bit. And then obviously that's why I'd set up self-employed. So I had the experience, but the thing that I hadn't had is the experience on my own. And I think that first sort of few months were really good. I were on site, I were on my own. I had to do unvented cylinders on my own and stuff that I'd not done before. And I was just put under pressure. But I do definitely think that helped me to get that experience. Because I think if I'd have gone on my own and gone private straight away, I wouldn't have had the know-how really to do what I do now. So I think the sheer volume of installing stuff helped to gain that experience.
Yeah, the reason I asked that is because I would like saying I went self-employed quite early on. After a few years, I found, and still now, even every so often, I find that I don't have the experience in things that I wish I did have the experience in, and the knowledge. Like myself, boiler repairs, I don't really touch them because I don't have the experience in them. Even though the lad I did my apprenticeship with, he did predominantly boiler repairs, but with him, unlike yourself, I didn't get that hands-on experience with him. It was a lot of just you stood there watching top pastels, cleaning the van when you had not to do. So yeah, I'm opposite in that way. So yeah, I found it quite difficult when I first set up. I actually set up and then backtracked a little bit and went subbing full time to another company.
Yeah. I guess that's what gave you that experience, though, and sort of develop your learning further, because I think you don't really learn unless you actually do stuff yourself. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm like that. You can put a book in front of me, you can tell me as much as you want, but it'll just go money and out of. I've got to be hands on doing it, otherwise I won't.
Figuring stuff out yourself. I mean, you don't really. Once you know how stuff works, especially same with boiler repairs. Once you know sort of what order stuff works in, I think it becomes easier. So you know what triggers what next, and then you can sort of see what position it gets to before something happens, and that's what flags up that fault code. That's what I do anyway. It's a bit sort of just follow it round.
Yeah, it's a sequence, isn't it? Really, I do know the ins and outs, but it's just I think it's more confidence than anything else.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Do you know if it's like if you think it's circuit? The thing that gets me is when it's like circuit board or gas valve, and it says that in book, and you're like, I can I take a gamble on this? Do you know what I mean?
It comes down to testing electrics. Like one wrong move and you've blown a PCB. It costs you 200-300 quid. Like, no. So yeah, kind of like I said it in my last show as well. I need to go on one of these courses just to get that confidence again of, and just start again with the boiler repairs and fault finding.
Yeah. There's that many though, isn't there now? So it's a lot of courses to do.
Yeah, none of them are the same either. So yeah. So going back to yourself, going self-employed at a young age, 21. How did you find that starting out for anyone that's listening, starting your own business at such a young age? Did you have help from family and friends, or were you completely on your own?
I had some help. I knew an electrician who was like a family friend, and he sort of taught me through basically how to do it. Then he'd set me up with a good accountant, so he helped me a little bit as well. On the setup process. But I mean, throughout the duration of that first couple of years of being self-employed, I were only subcontracted, so I won't really say that is having your own business. I think the point where it started was, like I said, in COVID. When COVID first started, I just all sites shut, and I just thought, right, I'm going to start doing my own bits and pieces. Started doing bathrooms and stuff, but I was definitely too cheap, and I think that it's something that's never taught in when you're training and you're at college or whatever, and you're doing your apprenticeship. I really think that business should be a slight focus, and it should have a small snippet in that course, because you've got no idea. You've got no idea how to charge unless you go and figure that stuff out yourself. It's just a mystery. Like, I only think I started charging right probably in the last year and a half, 2 years, definitely.
Oh, 100%. I went through the same struggles as you. Even now, I still question myself whether I'm charging enough. It's just a shame there's not like a place or even like an app. A bit of a thing for your app here. Where people can go on and go and double check the prices of their area, like like common prices.
It is. To be honest, the business education stuff is going on the app. So obviously there's short format videos for the full plumbing curriculum with like questions after, but there's also them business tutorials, same thing with questions after, just to check your understanding. Because like I say, it is a really important part, and I'm not sure on exact figures, but I reckon probably at least 40% of people who come or a tradesman go self-employed at least one part of their life. Whether it's fail or I'd definitely say that. So for me, that business thing is really important. Really important.
Yeah. I totally agree with you that they should do a little snippet of it in college, or even if they don't do it inside college, they give the students an option. Here's like a class you can do at your lunchtime or afterwards, and say we'll teach you how to run the business and like and the inner workings of running your own plumbing and heating business.
Yeah, I mean, because Barnsley College are looking at obviously taking app on their first college I've offered it to, and now they're looking to do it as a bit of an add-on. So they'll still get the full course through Barnsley College, and they'll have the teaching, but they'll sign say 50 students up to the trade up, and they'll get access to them online videos, 1 to 3 minute short format videos, nice and entertaining, holds retention really well. But then they've also got that business education as well. So maybe it would be beneficial for that, like you said, whether it's not part of the exact course. Obviously, they've got structure to follow. If it's not implemented into their curriculum, they haven't got time to do it. So that kind of thing where it's an add-on, like you say, it would be quite successful.
Yeah, because I imagine there is, and I know people out there that are interested in running a business. They just want to go to work, get the paycheck, and go home. But for these people that do strive and are interested in business, it would be a great thing to have. I know I would have done it when I were at college.
100%.
Like even if it's a bit of homework for them to do and what they can do in their own time, but if the college are endorsing it and pushing it towards them, then at least they know they're getting taught the right thing.
Yeah, definitely.
So, nice little segue onto the app. Tell us a little bit more about the Trade Hub app and what it's all about and how it began. Well, let's start how it began. Why did you come up with this idea?
Yeah, so I mean, there's two sides to it really. So there's like the apprentice side, which is learning. And that all stemmed from me having a couple of apprentices at college, and the college is just not teaching them at all. They just read off a whiteboard, and they just copy it down. And I just thought, how is that learning on the theory side? Like, it's not at all. How is that teaching? Yeah. So, I mean, I had one that gave up, to be honest, and he knew he weren't going to pass the exams. He was really good practically. But he just knew he weren't going to pass. And I just thought, it's such a shame. So he left, and then he ended up coming back a year later. but obviously not with qualification because he's already left his apprenticeship.
Yeah.
But that's what kind of sparked it. And I thought it needs to be more interactive and it needs to hold people's attention. So, I mean, with TikTok and like short format videos and stuff, I've learned loads over the last few years. Like with the business side of stuff, I've learned a lot of that from TikTok and actually learning business from it. So if we can implement that onto a app where you've got questions after, where teachers can monitor progress, they can literally learn the trade on the theory side through videos. So that was the apprentice side. The other side of it was, I mean, you'll have the same, going to jobs that don't actually need you to go. So it's sort of, topping up pressure. It's thermostats. We're moving into an era now where there's going to be a massive shortage of tradesmen. I'm sure it's being cut by 2/3 in the next 10 years. So there'll be a third of workforce. So for us to go out to jobs at that point where we don't actually need to be there, it's a complete waste of time. So obviously, naturally, as you do, you try and talk people through it on text. Now, a lot of that time, that sort of process is free to the customer because you don't really send them invoices for you not going. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I've come up with basically is it's like a live chat. Now, say a customer's got an issue, they can sign up, and then they're connected directly to an engineer. Now, engineer could be me, could be you, could be anyone who's a plumber. All you have to do is pass a short 10-question exam just to check that you're competent and you can understand how stuff works and whatnot. So they're connected direct to that engineer. That engineer talks them through simple issues. If they can't solve it, solve the simple issue, what they do is they type up a job description. That job description includes any parts that they think that you might need, and then the client also sets their availability. That plumber who answered that live chat also has first refusal of the job, providing the customer hasn't specified a plumber, because it works for new builds as well. So that plumber then gets paid for that live chat, but like I say, he also gets first refusal at job. But then if he doesn't want it, what it does, it goes to a job lead section. Now, this job lead section, obviously our job leads compared to a lot of the others out there are written by engineers. So you're getting a lot better quality information. You're getting, like I say, what actually needs doing, because it's not just me tap stripping. Do you know what I mean? It's this cartridge needs. Do you know what I mean? So it's a lot more specific, and it includes that part details. That means that engineer who picks up that job can go get the parts before he gets there, and fix it in one attendance, which obviously reduces carbon footprint, reduces time spent. It saves you money. Another side of it, which I've brought in, is that I'm made a couple of partnerships. I'm looking to make more. So first one's James Hargreaves. So they're going to provide discounted products to any of my members. Perflex, I don't know whether they use their grout and the silicon. They've provided a discount. Plumber's Tools. Looking to make, like I say, as many partnerships as I possibly can. Bigger it gets, more partnerships obviously I can make, and then people who are members can get that, get stuff at a discounted rate. I've also built in a forum so you can get peer-to-peer support, and that forum is incentivized with points. Then points can be spent on tools, they can be spent on further discounts, spent on merchandise.
Right.
And then the final part, which I really, this is I want it to be a community. I don't just want it to be a business. Like, I want it to build a community. So what I've pledged is, and what I've built into the app is that basically 10% of all profits are going to go back into members. So if you're a customer on a membership, you might get your bathroom paid for, you might get your boiler paid for, and use tradesmen from app in that area. If you're an apprentice, you might get training paid for, you might get your gas course paid for. If you're a plumber, you may get your full account paid off at merchants. You might get experience days, whatever. But 10% of profits are all pledged to us members, so it goes back to them members.
Oh, that's really good. Is that? I didn't realize there was so much to the app. So going back to the first section about the knowledge for apprentices and the video format. So is it all video format, or is the dialogue as well?
Yeah, so videos, there will be some dialogue underneath, but I want it to be quite interactive, so it is a lot of video-based content.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be necessarily ready till probably next September, because as you can imagine, there's a lot to cover.
So it's not released yet?
No, none of it's released yet.
Right.
So app's still in development. The app for the professionals and customer base. So the release plan really is, we're going to take on, obviously, builders engineer base first of all. We're then going to take on contracting clients. So it's plumbing, heating contractors who work on new builds, electrical contractors will work on new builds. Now, they're slowly just going to filter into the live chats. We're going to take existing members, put them on the live chat to give them the opportunity to earn money from home or anywhere, because you can send pictures, videos, voice notes, and texts. Slowly filter in those new builds. Obviously, from there, once we get to around 400 to 500 engineers, we're going to release to general public. At that point, then there's £20,000 to £30,000 going into marketing, saying avoid an engineer call out, sign up now. All the existing members are going to get upgraded to answer those live chats for free, providing they pass the exams. If they don't pass, they're just going to be on the job leads, but you're going to get unlimited job leads through the month. So hopefully the process, I've staggered it just to check, so we can iron out issues before, just a bit of a pre-release, aiming for that full release with that marketing campaign around July next year.
Right, I see. Right. So how do people get involved in this? Is it, can they get in, kind of like sign up, like a pre-sign up now, or have they got to wait? Yeah,
so you can if you just head over to the website, it's just thetradehub.app, and if you just sign up for a membership account there, put your phone number in, just so I can contact you as well, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose people at random when we slowly filter that new build side in. You'll not be getting job leads through it at that point, but it's going to be completely free of charge for you at that point, and you're going to get opportunity to earn money from home just through new build contracts. So I'm going to choose people basically at random. Say we get a new build plumbing heating contractor, which there's already one definite, because they're doing the trial for me. But say we get one with 200 houses, we might take 10 engineers just to answer live chats. We've currently got 130 pre-signed up. Like I say, for that full release, I've worked out that we need about 400 or 500 to cover UK.
So it's a full UK.
Yeah.
Covering Ireland as well, or?
Yeah. Providing we've got engineers. So the marketing campaign at that time will just be focused in the areas that Obviously, we've got plenty of coverage. If you are a plumber and you sign up, I may give you a call as well and say, do you know an electrician in your area? Because we need to cover both alleyways. Just to make sure that we've got that coverage.
Right. So it's not. This is not just for plumbing and heating. This is for all trades as well.
It's not all trades because it's just plumbing and electrics.
Right.
Just to begin with, I mean, the live chat side of stuff won't really work for other trades because they're not technical. It's not simple issues that can be solved. It's I am looking to branch out into the education side for the other trades because I do think it's a really good way for them to learn. Because, like I said, colleges. I don't blame the colleges. I blame that there's not enough wages to pull people out of trades to teach. So if they can sort of outsource that learning, it won't really matter who they get to monitor.
Right, I see. I understand now. Yeah. So eventually, how much is it going to be eventually, or did you not? Have you not got that?
Yeah. So for the figures, so on customer side of stuff and for apprentices, if apprentices signed up for themselves, like I say, I'm looking to get the training centres to actually pay for them. Right. But it's $7.99 per month for a customer or apprentice. Right. Then, if you're a professional, you can move up in tiers. So for there's a free option which would just be, say, a customer specified you as their plumber, so you get the jobs direct to you. So that's the free option. But obviously, right, you get basically the engineer written job leads. So how that would benefit you is you're not going to get calls at odd times of night, so you can filter it through live chat first, and then just get the information as if you've answered that call if you wanted. Yeah. So it's a bit, you're not getting unsociable hour calls basically, and you're still getting that good information from another engineer. So that's the free membership. You will get some level of business tutorials, and you'll get the forum access as well. So tier up from that is the discounts. Now, the discounts, basically what it'll be is with James Hargreaves, what I'm still working on. They're just doing products at the moment, but what I'm working on is a further 1% off your credit account for the full month. So providing you prove you're a member, it basically pays for itself. Yeah. So that's $17.99. But like I say, it pays for itself. If you're spending, I know I spend about 10k a month, so it's be 100 quid save just on that.
That pays itself easily.
So the tier up from that is the job leads. Now the job leads is completely unlimited. Like I said, engineer written as well. It's going to be between 25 and 29, depending on how many customers we've got in. The top tier, like I said, providing you pass that exam, now you'll be able to earn this money back within an hour. Providing there's enough live chats, because you'll get a $5 live chat, and that's 50 quid a month.
Right. All right. Okay. So 50 quid a month will get you the live as an engineer on a live chat.
The ability to earn money from home, yeah.
Right. See, I was thinking about this earlier. I said I think it's a great idea for say tomorrow I have an accident at work and I'm out for 8 months.
Exactly, yeah.
If I pay £50 for a month and be sat at home on a PC and just speaking to people, helping people out,
you can do it from your phone, and you can send
it from your phone.
Pictures.
So is it like a visual, like this face to face sort of thing?
Yeah. Right. The reason it's not calls is because they do need to be monitored. So if either party flags it up, we need to check what's been said. So it's only pictures, videos, voice notes, and text, but it'll just save them. And obviously, if it needs to be monitored, it will be. I mean, the thing that I thought were really, really good at, but I wish I had when I first went self-employed, because I know how bad it is at Christmas. I know how bad it is when you go on holiday. Like, if you can just be sat on a sunbed, just earning a bit of extra money, it's nice.
Oh yeah, especially as a self-employed one-man band. Just in a bit of spare time, just answering these calls.
Them holidays kill you, don't they?
Tell me about it. Just book one for next year. I'm dreading it already. I'm thinking about where can I get this money from to pay for my wage at least.
Hopefully trading's out for you. Let me then anyway.
Yeah, hopefully. Like this time next year. So enough of me grilling you about the app. If anybody has got any questions, can they just message you direct?
Yeah. So if you message me, I mean, main social media platform that I use at the minute is TikTok. It's TikTok Tradesman on there.
All Adam's links and Trade Hub links are in the description. So if you do have got any questions, do message it.
Yeah, just send me a message. I mean, if you send me a message and want a call, just let me know and I'll send you my number. It's not a problem.
Cool. I think it's a great idea, and I think something I'll be definitely getting on board with when it eventually goes live. So yeah, enough of me grilling you about the app. Fed up of speaking about it now. So we'll get into a bit more plumbing and heating sort of things, day to day stuff. So what you been up to today? What you been up to this week? I apologise if anyone can hear my dog barking. By the way, I don't.
I'm surprised mine's done. It's been a bit of a balancing act, to be honest, this week because I was sort of booked up anyway, but I've got a new build site that I run plumbing on, and basically everything's come ready on there, and I've already booked up, so I've had to sort of squeeze 2 day jobs into each day for the last 3 days, just to make sure I can get on site tomorrow to Sunday. So he's been ringing me all week saying, where are you? But I need to, I've got, what have I got on there? 2 boilers, 14 radiators, a bath, 2 toilets, 2 sinks, or another bath, 2 toilets, 2 sinks. It's going to be a busy end of weekend, yeah.
I don't envy you there, mate. I don't. Is it just yourself?
Yeah, so I did. I got up to about 4 or 5 lads quite recently. But what I've found is that I'm not having enough time, obviously, on app and everything. So I've gone. They were all self-employed anyway, but I've gone back down now just to me and apprentice because basically that the organising plumbing side and making sure everybody's got work and going and pricing different jobs up just took up all my time. And do you know what? Since it's happened, like the amount of progress I've made in app and everything has been crazy, and I'm so glad I made the decision that I did. Sometimes you just got to take a step back to take a step forward, don't you?
Yeah, it's the old saying. Make it easier for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it would getting to the point where I had no time at all to spend on this, and obviously this is requiring so much work, so I just had to make that decision. And just gone back to, like, my phone were ringing before. By 9 o'clock one day, I think I had 40 phone calls, and I just thought, I can't believe. And now it's like 2, 3. I think, oh, nice.
Yeah, I did same thing. I used to have a lad working from. I had 2 lads working for me, a qualified lad and an apprentice, and it was just. I personally found, I don't know whether I did it too early on or what. I think it was too more hassle than it was worth, and I just stripped it right back again, and just by myself.
It is. Do you know, it is really hard. I think to be honest, next time I do it, obviously once app's all up and running, I think I'll probably try and grow as fast as possible and get past the point where I need to be on tools, because I think it's really difficult to manage being on the tools and organising other people. It's just too tough. So I think next time I try and expand a little bit, I think I'll go to maybe three lads.
Go back, so you can go back on
three
tools,
gangs, sorry, and then me pull off tools, and just organise it, yeah.
At least that way, when you go abroad and on holidays, your business can still be earning money.
Yeah. I mean, that's
the old saying. You'll never be a millionaire unless your business can make you money without your business. Yeah. No, fair play. Just a quick one. If anybody that's watching has got any questions for myself or Adam, just let us know, and I will. I'll flag it up, and we'll get it in. Just drop us a comment, please. So, what are your main dislikes and your likes about the trade? We'll start with you. Let's say your likes. What do you like most about the trade?
The trade. I'd say the job satisfaction, I think, is really high in what we do. we're in many different areas, to be honest. I mean, it's nice, obviously, to look back and you've done this nice bathroom and stuff, but I also like the problem solving side of stuff, as in, you know, you've gone out to somebody's heating not working or boiler not working, and you fixed it, and that does bring you, I think, a lot of, like I say, satisfaction that obviously you've helped that person, I guess, survive. Because cold does feel like death if you sat in it.
I get told that when I go down to elderly people, I'll usually. Well, it's fair enough. We are older, but it makes chuckle every time. So, what are your main dislikes about the trade? Then, what job do you think I really don't want to go to this job? Most.
It's a tough one, because to be honest, there's not much that I wouldn't turn down. I mean, do you know what? A couple of months ago, it was probably bathrooms, because I was just sick of doing them. But I go in like stages where I think, I'm not doing any bathrooms again, and then I go, do you know what? I miss bathrooms.
You sound like me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably just say a sunny floor. I think I'd just stay away from
that. Luke a few weeks ago said the exact same thing. He said he wouldn't go anywhere near a sunny floor. So don't blame him, to be fair. Don't fancy getting covered in shit.
No, it's not a nice job, is it, at all?
No, it's not at all. While I'm on that subject, if anybody does want to watch Luke the Plumber, we had him on our guest last. His podcast is now live on my page. It's on if you go on the Diary of a Plumbing and Heating Engineer podcast, you can click on there. There's all the others from the past, and yeah, this one will be on there next time. I don't know what I'm saying, I'm blabbering. Anyhow, enough of that. Moving on. Where am I next question? Socials. How did you get in? How and why did you get into social media?
I think it's probably how everybody started who ends up going on. You just put odd video on, don't you? And then when one does really well, I think that just triggers you to want to do it more.
Hooked, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, mine were only a 5-second clip, but I think it got like 500k, and you just get that nice feeling, don't you? And I thought, you know what, I might do this. But I mean, the thing that's kept me doing it, I'd say, because there's times where I just think it's tough. It's tough sometimes to think of ideas and stuff, isn't it? But the thing that's definitely kept me doing it is obviously what I am doing with Trade Up, 100%. It's, I know I need to get the word out there somehow. So doing that with social media, at the moment, like I say, I mainly post on TikTok, just because I find it really easy. But have you gone? Disappeared, I think. I don't know whether it's my side or your side. Might for a drink while he's gone.
Hello.
Oh, you're back.
I'm back. Sorry, someone tried ringing me. All I think about using my phone. It's a bit of a nightmare. I need to upgrade the system. Sorry, I got interrupted then. What were you saying?
Yeah, the thing that sort of drove me on to continue was really it is the trade up and obviously getting word out and making sure that there's enough people to benefit from it, really.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. I totally agree with you about getting hooked with that. When you get that satisfaction from your videos, getting that amount of views, and especially with TikTok, I think, like yourself, you were quite one of the early ones doing TikTok. I'm quite late onto the party. My views don't seem to do as well compared to some other people's.
It's strange sometimes though. Like some videos, you think, I'll do really well these, and they just don't.
I totally agree. Same on all platforms. It tends to be the ones you put least effort in does really well. And the ones you spend hours trying to sort out and do, it's just flop.
Yeah. I think with TikTok, it's just you've just got to hook in that first couple of seconds, like either way, obviously what you're showing or what you're saying. That first couple of seconds is so important on TikTok.
Oh yeah, keeping people's engagement is key, especially on TikTok.
Thought you'd gone again there. Busy man, phone calls at this time. Cooper getting his scream time.
There, I'm back. Sorry, right. Hopefully that should solve that problem.
You're on Do Not Disturb now.
Yeah, Do Not Disturb. Yeah, I've just put it on that. Throw me off again. What were I saying? I can't remember. So you do TikTok and do you do Instagram as well, or do you just do TikTok?
I do, but a lot of them are just sort of recycled posts. To be fair, I would. I mean, I'm in talks at the moment with, well, I guess a videographer, but I'm in talks with them possibly to start running my other socials. Really.
Right. Ah, right. Or for them to do the videos and that for that.
Yeah, well, we were thinking because I'm doing basically a pitch video, obviously a trade up, but I think we're gonna get some other content and stuff so they can sort of put some videos together for me on other socials and build up a bit on other platforms.
Right, I see. Never fancied stepping into YouTube?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is an exclusive, but I did used to do YouTube, but not for plumbing.
All right, okay, go on.
When I was obviously growing up between, I think I was like 13 to 16, I used to put like gaming videos on them and comment on them.
Oh, you're a gamer, right?
And I got to a point, I did start getting paid for it actually, and then I think it must have just been when I left school that it just dropped off and I just didn't bother. But no, I used to love it. And I think that's part of the reason why I've enjoyed doing the content creating side of stuff over the last few years.
I think once you start doing it, it's quite hard to stop. It's like you get hooked, you get addicted to it. I know I have anyway. I love it now. However, I have nearly walked away from it a few times.
Oh yeah. The thing I find with YouTube, well, you actually told me this, but I'm like, how do I get it so it's the right size on the screen? And you just turn your phone the other way.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, my mind's gone blank. Them 2 phone calls have throw my mind off.
Thinking about them jobs now that've been ringing you.
It was actually my sister, so my sister never rings me, so she only ever rings me when she wants something, so I'm a bit worried. So I think, what do you want? So we'll move on from socials. So we'll wrap it up because no one's asking any questions tonight, which is a bit strange, unless my comments are broken. I'm not too sure. What are your future plans, not only for the Trade Hub, but for yourself as a business? We probably have touched on it a bit, but what's the end game? What's the aim?
To be honest, I obviously looking to launch it at. I mean, in terms of my plumbing business, like I say, I think it'll just be a fast expansion to a point where I'll probably drop off the tools, just because I really don't think I'll have time to run both. I mean, long-term future, it will be just sort of running both as an owner rather than somebody who works in the business, which I know will be tough to get to that point, but I feel like I've got a lot better understanding of how stuff should work now. And I think the main thing is getting enough processes in place so it runs as smooth as possible, and I'm not getting issues. And I mean, the thing that I've found previously when I've tried to expand in plumbing is the quality drops really fast, and you end up having to run around and put stuff right. So I think it is definitely getting the right lads, but also getting processes in place and make sure that you're charging enough to account for that return visit, because it will happen.
Oh yeah, 100%. And going back to return visits, and social media, when I first started out doing it and not putting as much effort into the work itself and putting a bit more time into the social media, I was the same. I ended up making mistakes, and it ended up costing me because I was having to go back and not allowing for that in my initial pricing.
Yeah, I think that is the one thing actually that I really don't like about plumbing. That just sparked me. I find that I'm answering your question from before, but I think that mistakes in plumbing are worse than any other trade out there. Like the
100%, yeah.
The damage that you could cause is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I've told people on the time before I've suffered with paranoia and mental health from it, especially when I first started out. I would check, especially when I've first started doing gas as well. I would triple checking, even though I'd done a gas test, it was fine. I was walking away from a job and thinking, have I done it right? Is it right? Was there a gas leak? And even now with water, you could ruin someone's house, and I still double check things, which is good. I suppose it's good that I'm double checking it, but it's that question in the back of my head, that little voice in the back of your head saying, what if you leave tonight and something bursts and you haven't tightened something up properly, and
it can spiral, and it is terrible. Like for me, there should be a risk factor charge, to be honest, for being a plumber. Like the mistake, any simple mistake that you do make could cost you thousands of pounds, or obviously your insurance thousands. But that's why we pay so much, I guess.
I would say it is why our insurance is probably the most expensive.
I think mine's £1,200 a year.
Yeah, it's only going to get worse.
I know.
No, we'll probably call it a day now. I've really enjoyed chatting with you and learning about yourself and the Trade Hub. Like I say, if any of you have got any questions, please do drop the Trade Hub a message on TikTok, and Adam's there to help you out. And yeah, if you have enjoyed watching us, please do like the video, because it does help the algorithm and helps pushing it to other people. And if there's anybody who wants us to get on the show, let us know, and I'll drop them I'll slide into their DMs and see what they're all about. So thank you, Adam, for coming on. It's been much appreciated. I've really enjoyed chatting with you.
It's been really good to talk to you. It's been brilliant.
And I look forward to seeing how the Trade Hub develops in the future.
Yeah, it should be there's a lot of things coming, to be honest. I'm in semi-final at the minute at a Grant Santander business competition, so we'll see how that goes. And
right, best luck with that.
I've just sent a pitch video up, but the final is in front of 1,000 people. I'm going to stand up and pitch.
Right, rather you than me on that one too.
I know. It's very far away from day job, isn't it? But
yeah.
We'll see.
Get yourself on Dragon's Den. Hope not.
Yeah, possibly one day.
Yeah, well, we'll all be keeping an eye out for when it does get launched, and then anything that's coming up over the next year. So yeah, I'll peace out and leave you all to it.
Good to speak to you, mate.